then Hades, then Poseidon. Rhea was enraged. She bore Zeus, her third son, at dead of night on Mount Lycaeum in Arcadia, where no creature cast a shadow, and having bathed him in the river Neda, gave him to Mother Earth, by whom he was carried to Lictos in Crete, and hidden in the cave of Dicte on the Aegean hill. Mother Earth left him there to be nursed by the ash-nymph Adrasteia and her sister Io, both daughters of Melisseus, and the goat-nymph Amalthea. His food was honey, and he drank Amalthea's milk, with Goat-Pan, his foster-brother. Zeus was grateful to these three nymphs for their kindness, and when he became lord of the universe, set Amalthea's image among the stars as Capricorn. He also borrowed one of her horns, which resembled a cow's, and gave it to the daughters of Melisseus. It became the famous cornucopia, or horn of plenty, which is always filled with whatever food or drink its owner may desire. But some say that Zeus was suckled by a sow, and rode on her back, and that he lost his navel string at Omphalion near Knossos. Around the infant Zeus's golden cradle, which was hung upon a tree, so that Cronus might find him neither in heaven, not on earth, nor in the sea, stood the armed Curetes, Rhea's sons. They clashed their spears against their shields, and shouted to drown the noise of his wailing, lest Cronus might hear it from far off. For Rhea had wrapped a stone in swaddling clothes, which she gave to Cronus on Mount Thamasium in Arcadia. He swallowed it, believing that he was swallowing the infant Zeus. Nevertheless, Cronus got wind of what had happened and pursued Zeus, who transformed himself into a serpent, and his nurses into bears, hence the constellation of the serpent and the bears. Zeus grew to manhood among the shepherds of Ida, occupying another cave, then sought out Metis the Titaness, who lived beside the ocean stream. On her advice he visited his mother Rhea, and asked to be made Cronus's cupbearer. Rhea readily assisted him in this task of vengeance. She provided the emetic potion, which Metis had told him to mix with Cronus's honeyed drink. Cronus, having drunk deep, vomited up first the stone, and then Zeus's elder brothers and sisters. They sprang out unhurt, and, in gratitude, asked him to lead them in a war against the Titans, who chose the gigantic Atlas as their leader, for Cronus was now past his prime. The war lasted 10 years, but at last Mother Earth prophesied victory to her grandson Zeus, if he took as allies those whom Cronus had confined in Tartarus. So he came secretly to Campe, the old jailoress of Tartarus, killed her, took her keys, and having released the Cyclopes and the 100-handed ones, strengthened them with divine food and drink. The Cyclopes thereupon gave Zeus the thunderbolt as a weapon of offence, and Hades a helmet of darkness, and Poseidon a trident. After the three brothers had held a council of war, Hades entered unseen into Cronus's presence, to steal his weapons, and while Poseidon threatened him with a trident, and thus diverted his attention, Zeus struck him down with the thunderbolt. The 300-handed ones now took up rocks and pelted the remaining Titans, and a sudden shout from Goat-Pan put them to flight. The gods rushed in pursuit. Cronus and all the defeated Titans except Atlas were banished to a British island in the farthest west, or, some say, confined in Tartarus, and guarded there by the 100-handed ones. They never troubled Hellas again. Atlas, as their war leader, was awarded an exemplary punishment, being ordered to carry the sky on his shoulders, but the Titanesses were spared, for the sake of Metis and Rhea. Zeus himself set up at Delphi the stone which Cronus had disgorged. It is still there, constantly anointed with oil, and strands of unwoven wool are offered upon it. Some say that Poseidon was neither eaten nor disgorged, but that Rhea gave Cronus a foal to eat in his stead, and hid him among the horseherds. And the Cretans, who are liars, relate that Zeus is born every year in the same cave, with flashing fire and a stream of blood, and that every year he dies and is buried.